Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the mitt flips, where I'm a full-time, well, I was a full-time eBay reseller, but lately I'm barely a full-time functioning human. The only reason I'm even making this video is because I know there are viewers out there that probably are a little worried. I've been gone for quite some time. You don't really get updates on what's happening. So I'm gonna do a normal video today. I probably won't take the time to put in the sales photos, the screenshots from eBay, just so I can actually get this video out and not just have it sitting around for 3 or 4 days. So the gist of it is I and my house got COVID, which was by far the easiest part, the not worst part of this. It was nasty. Don't suggest it. Don't get it if you can avoid it. It was not fun. Had a migraine for 3 straight days. Sleep was hard to come by. But lucky me, had a reaction that about 5% of people get. Yeah, lucky me, where I got an extreme rash from it, head to toe, where my eyes were the only thing that was not a burgundy red. It felt somewhere, I would call it somewhere a combination of a sunburn and poison ivy. Sunburn, chicken pox. Somewhere in that kind of range where your skin is on fire, but also the overwhelming need to itch your body does not subside. And that, I'm on day 10 of that. I was able to get a couple hours of sleep last night, but that's been kind of the thing. I've gone multiple days with no sleep. When I do get sleep, it's for maybe an hour or 2 at a time because the itch is just so overwhelming. And I had to stop taking, I was taking some steroids and some Benadryl and things like that, but I had to stop taking the Benadryl because my extremities were starting to go numb. I lost feeling in my nose, my lips, my fingertips, so I had to stop that. So it's been a nightmare. It's been a terrible nightmare, and I'm a worker. Like, when I'm bored, I like to do a project. I'll just start a house project, or I'll work on some computer. I'll do research. And so I am losing my mind. I've tried to make this video 4 or 5 times because I didn't shut the store down. I kept business going. Luckily, sales didn't drop off to any extreme amount. Shockingly, because I've heard everyone else is having super slow sales. I mean, yes, they dropped off, but it's because I've been doing 0 listing for 3 weeks and very little before that because Jen was doing the job switchover. So like I said, I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I've got no sleep. Eating has been, hibbity-dibbity, and it's just, and I can't tell what's night and day, and I'm sitting around for hours on end, and it just drives me insane. So that's the update. I'm fine. I'm just not okay. I've tried to get back to regular schedule every single day. I wake up, I say, today's the day. And it just doesn't go that way because I'll not get any sleep, or I'll get a little bit, or I'll sit down on the couch and fall asleep for an hour. And, it's not been great. So let's see if I can make it through this video. And maybe this will be the catalyst to back to regular. Positive attitude, trying. Okay, so first thing going out, it's actually right here. Life of Martin. It's a book. Life of Martin Luther. I wonder if I got a year here because that looks like a pretty old one. 1908. Yeah, so that's an old one right there. And then next up, I had this one listed a long time. I figured eventually I'd have to start lowering the price down or accepting a lower offer because it's got the cover is detached from the book, but it's a really interesting book. Heroes of the Dark Continent, and it's buried under these other books that are damaged. This is my can't sit them upright book area. And actually, these 2 books are also fairly valuable. I think this is a $50 book right here in terrible condition. I think it's a pretty expensive book in good condition, but this one right here, Heroes of the Dark Continent. And I think what it is stories of a very old explorer and their time in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. I remember specifically that the pictures in it, I won't show them off, mostly because I'm just trying to get this done right now. But the pictures in it, the artistry, very racist. Very, very, think, 1940s cartoons. You can fill it in from there. But $30 free shipping on that one. Next up, it's 2 wigs. C3A23. C3A23 right here. This lot of 2 wigs, and for those 2, $11.99 free shipping. Next up, it's a Wilson Staff Club Cover D3. D3 Wilson Staff. That is hilarious. I've had this happen more than one time where the picture, I go, oh, okay, that's a driver cover. And then I go to it, it's just, I don't know, because it's squared in the picture, it seems larger. But this one right here, Wilson Staff, F5, that's like a recovery club, I think. It's a fairway wood. $12.99 free shipping. And next up, C4 Susan Bates knitting needle. C4 a Susan Bates. Oh, right here, Susan Bates. The blue package. Again, one of those items I don't have a clue about, but you don't have to know about things. You just have to know if they're worth money. Unfortunately, you probably noticed if you checked into the live on Nurse Flipper's channel that I was supposed to be on, I was not there. It kind of came down to the wire, and I said, you know what? I'm feeling okay, but not great. But I don't want to put you in a position where I'm going to, at the last minute cut out. So go ahead and replace me. I was pretty bummed about that. That was the beginning. That was like day 2. And the real bummer was prior to me getting sick, it was just Jen, and I was determined. I said, nobody else getting sick. I'm Lysol in the house. I'm following her around, like, get out of here, bringing her food if she needs it, that kind of thing, kind of quarantine her to the bedroom. And it was already too late. Thea and I were already sick. We just didn't have symptoms yet. But the baby, my youngest, she will be 3 next month. She is a mutant or a superhero or whatever. She wakes up the same morning as me, sick, very sick. It's so sad to see a baby sick. They just look so sad. but she was vomiting in the morning, just not doing great, just really, really sick. She takes a nap around 12:30 every day. Wakes up from the nap, never a symptom to be seen again. She was sick for less than 12 hours. I've been sick for 2 weeks. Well, I've been residuals of being sick for 2 weeks. Jen was sick for like 5 days. And then, the taste bud things and the recoveries and all that, the hubbub that comes with it after you feel better. And I'm talking like 12 hours. Perfectly back to normal. The other 2 kids didn't get sick at all. That was great. Because they would have been whiny babies. Because I was. Next up, it's a book. Victorious Living. I think it's this one. Victorious Living. And if you notice, the bookshelf has a bunch of gaps in it. So one of the main things that's been selling over this time period where I'm not listing is books, which would make sense because that's what I had listed last. So it would be the newest stuff. But I'm just so thankful. Sales have, like, Jen's back to work. So it wasn't like oh no, how are we going to pay the bills? But sales, I don't know, maybe a 20% drop off, 25% drop off for listing 0 listings. That is amazing. For that book right there, $12.74 free shipping. And honestly, just doing this right now, I feel better because I feel a little more normal. There just hasn't been any consistency or normalcy to my day, and I'm feeling a little better just by doing this. So maybe it's I kind of got to force myself to just do some things. Yesterday I did like 7 loads of laundry. That didn't make me feel any better. Next up is a VHS tape. DC Talk, which is a religious rap group from the 90s. And I said when I listed this one, look at these shoes. I love them. I mean, they're basically what I got, just in a different color. But, oh, That pair of shoes right now, if they were new old stock, that's probably a $400 pair of shoes. $6.99 free shipping. I picked it up because it was niche, but niche also has to have demand. So that $6.99 free shipping is all I got there. It's still, I probably paid VHS. I never pay more than 50 cents. So it's a couple dollars profit. Next up is a We 3 collection, B1C. So it's in the bucket. Let me get over here. And what do we got? We have a Shirley 8, 9.5 light brown. Okay, here's a Wheeze. There's a Jenny. Over here, maybe? Ah, here's a Shirley. It's very faded. 8, 9.5 light brown. I think that's the one right there. I will, of course, double check that one right there. And for that one, I got $12.99 free shipping. I've had 2 wig customers that were rude, displeased, which you can be displeased. The rude part, that's the part that doesn't make sense to me. There's no need for that. But predominantly, mostly, almost all, over the moon happiness over wigs. I'm not a doll person, so I don't understand that. I'm trying to compare it to maybe something. I don't know. I don't know that there's anything that would give me as much happiness as some of these wigs give to people. And I know that because of the feedback they leave. You can hear the joy in their voice. I've been looking for this wig. Oh, this wig is perfect. I don't know if there's anything in life that gives me as much joy as these wigs are giving doll people. Not a doll person, so I don't know. But I don't have anything to compare that to even, where I would get it and leave multiple sentences gushing over how happy I am in a feedback. I don't know, maybe the couple doll people that were not nice to me are very outliers, and in general, the doll world is just really nice people. I don't know, but it's there. If you want, go to my store. The link's in the description. Go to my feedback. It's over the moon happiness over doll wigs. It makes me happy. And I don't know if I said $12.99 free shipping on that one. I think I did. Next up is some games. It's Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and Two Towers. Lord of the Rings, right here, Fellowship of the Ring, and Two Towers. Both for Xbox. And my guess is one of these not worth a lot of money, other one worth a decent amount, so I allotted them together. Or they could both be worth a moderate amount of money. But I think I remember them being one worth a decent amount, one not worth anything. $20.99 free shipping on those. And next up, E4 is a vintage coat. Sorry for that loud noise right there. I don't even have to check. It's going to be this big old one right here, I think. I say I don't even have to check, and then I also say I think. Cold Wave. That's it. I'm just making a mess over there. Vintage Cold Wave, Polar Cap, men's 3XL. I want to say I paid 50 cents for that at a garage sale, but I might have paid $1 for it at a garage sale. What's the difference? $44.99 plus shipping. All right, next thing going out, B3C is I'd rather be flying belt buckle. B3C. I'd rather be flying belt buckle. And this was from my childhood. This is from DeVos, the DeVos company, but this is from my teenage years belt buckle collection when that was a thing I did. And that's actually going through the global shipping program. So free shipping to me, some amount of money to eBay, and I got $11 on that. Cost of goods, 0 because I owned it. Next up, A3 is a Sizzix Frame-A-Lights. I think it said that. I thought I had sold through all of these, but I bought so many. But I think also I got some in a Mikhail mystery box. I'm not really sure on that. I probably should have looked at which one it was before I went over there. Garden Flowers. Okay, it is this one, which is a multi-quantity listing. So that's great. But this is a thing to look out for. These die cuts and this Sizzix brand. I think that's how you say it, but these stamps and die cuts. I don't know if it's common to find them, but I've found enough that it's something that I continuously have in my store, and they sell great. And they ship easy, they list very easy. For those ones right there, $18 free shipping. Next up, B4 is a Wellinger and Dunn mitt. It's an antique mitt right here. This fancy looking glove. I think this is one they call a 3-finger, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what they call that. Do I have that in the listing? I do not, but I think this is called a 3-finger, where it only has 3 spots for your fingers. And that one right there took a pretty significant offer, $20 free shipping, but it's been listed quite a while. Next up, it's a book, kinda. Simpson Model 313, which I don't know if these are all the same, so let me go ahead and pull them out. It's an operator's manual. They are not all the same. Oh, are they? Simpson Operator's Manual. Here we go. Solid State 313 right here. These came in, which I don't even know what these are, an operator manual to. No clue. Let's take a peek. Can we figure it out? Oh, some type of, yeah, I know Simpson brand. Actually, look out for these vintage Simpson brand meters. These are actually worth a decent amount of money. I know that because I sold one. And the person who bought it, the housing had some cracks in it, which were in the listing, detailed in the listing. And they got it, said, hey, this is broken, I can't use it. Like, okay, well, that was in the listing. Go ahead and return it. They threw it in a box with no packing material. They put it back in the box I had sent it in, but without any of the packing material. And so it was just slamming around in the box, and it completely shattered because it had cracks in it that were detailed in the listing. And I ended up not having to refund them a single dollar, and they had to pay shipping both ways. So that was fun. But this manual right here, I got this in a Mikhail mystery box, so very little money. $15 free shipping. So if all those sell for $15 as well, that's great. I am, again, feeling pretty good right now, because normally if I was doing this much talking, I would be having a little bit of lack of breath kind of thing, and I'm okay. So things are, I'm feeling positive. Positivity. I like it. Next up, B3B is a Hot Wheels Chevy truck. B3B, this one right here with the crotch rocket in the back. $11.04 free shipping. And the bike is broken and it's dinged up. Do not pass on these little toys. At least check them out. But always the free boxes at garage sales, free boxes at estate sales. I cannot tell you how many hundreds of dollars from just random stuff like this that I've pulled out. And it'll be, you know, I don't know. For every 10 I pull out, 5 of them are worth listing. But free is free. But I'm talking hundreds of dollars I've gotten out of free boxes. There was a few things actually that had sold over the last couple weeks that I would have made a point of in the video, but I'm not backtracking. I can't do it. I can't do it. And actually got one more, might as well grab it. C4, doesn't have to go until tomorrow, but why not? C4 is a pair of Massimo shorts. These ones right here, I bought these for myself, and they didn't fit, which, to tell you the truth, they probably would fit perfectly. I left this part out. I lost 17 pounds. I'm a skinny guy. I mean, the most I've ever weighed in my life was like 151. But I lost 17 pounds over this time period. It wasn't good. But these would probably fit me now. But I bought these for myself at, I think, Goodwill or Salvation Army. So I probably paid $2.99 for them. I got $9 free shipping. It must have been Salvation Army, because my Salvation Army does not take returns. So I said, well, I guess I'll just list them and break even. Basically, that's what happened. I broke even, but it's still better than taking a loss. Or I could have put them in my garage sale and hope to take a loss that's not as great or something. I don't know. But either way, it's a wash. I'm okay with it. They're going out. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back on track. Like I said, I'm not going to do any really. I might just put this video out in full, no edits, just because I want to get it out, because I know there's some people out there that are worried, and I want to make sure, you know, I'm okay. I'll be back. I'm trying, but I'm so far behind. These are still Mikhail mystery boxes from a month ago. I haven't even opened them. It's just been one thing after another. Not all bad. Jen went back to work. We had to figure out that schedule. We got that figured out. Unfortunately, then we also got sick. I was renovating in the garage. We took on a big project in the house where we're putting, for those of you who don't know, my house is a 125-year-old farmhouse that I bought condemned for peanuts. And I'm talking peanuts. I had to fully gut the thing. And so I've always had, when you gut a house and you redo it, you have to have a plan. Okay, this is going to happen. This is where the lighting's going to go. This is where eventually the dining room will be. And this will be here. And this will be here. And one of the things, when I bought the house, I was a bachelor. So I was like, okay, I need a place to entertain people. I'm going to have a bar area, got the lights set, all that kind of stuff. And so an opportunity came up where a bar presented itself. And I said, okay, got to pull the trigger on it, because when you're what they would call poor, it doesn't mean you don't get to have nice things. It means you have to take things that are not nice or things that are moderately nice, and you have to use your abilities to make them nice. So I took a condemned house, gutted it, did as much work as I could myself, over time, I'm ending up with a pretty nice house for very little money. I'm talking, I don't want to talk the numbers, but it was a deal. Here, I'll put it in perspective. The day I bought the house, I put insurance on the house. And the insurance policy that they said, this is the minimum insurance policy you get. In my mind, I went, I hope my house burns down today, because it would have been an extreme turnaround. It would have been the most money I could have possibly made in the shortest amount of time. Don't burn my house down. But yeah, so that came up. So that was a project. Now I got a half-done project out there and a half-done project in here. And it's getting back. We're getting back on track. Today's day one. Let's start with that and move forward. That's something I used to struggle with as a kid. Let me back up, tell you a little story. Why not? I'm feeling good. Let's talk. As a kid, I used to not go to school a lot. My mom was one of those moms that if I said, I don't feel good, she says, okay, you want some oatmeal? Go lay in bed. You're fine. Go ahead. You're just telling me you don't feel good, you don't feel good. But I also was one of those kids that was really good at school. So as long as my grades were up, she always figured, why not? His grades are up. He does good in school. If he wants to stay home, says he doesn't feel good, who cares? But what would happen is I would start building up an anxiety where I'd miss a day and then I'd be like, okay, and I might miss a second day. But on that second day, I would start thinking, oh man, when I go back, I got so much work to make up. I got to do all this stuff. So then that anxiety would be like, well, I guess if I just don't go this day, then I don't have to worry about it. And that would build and build and build. And I'd miss like 5 or 6 days in a row. And it doesn't make the work disappear. So I was starting to feel some of those feelings where it's like, okay, yeah, but the next thing and the next thing is piling and piling and piling, which really, you gotta back away from that. With school, yeah, because you have to. But with how I do my business in my life, day one, just get back to work. Just do what I just did. Start with step 1, then step 2, calm down, take a step back, have some perspective. And I think I've needed this, where I get to talk out loud. I get to talk it out with you guys to kind of figure it out. Because when you're just in your head all the time, I mean, I can't talk to a almost 3-year-old and figure it out. So thank you. I appreciate it. I'm back. Videos are coming back. Let's go. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, Keith. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care?
this.